Spatial UX is a user experience course for spatial interactions in real life. Oh, hello! I'm in a screen. You're in a room. I've recorded this before. You're experiencing it now. The real material world. So physical and present. Unlike me. Your chair, the texture on it, the weight of your feet on the floor, those distant ambient sounds in the room. Also present. How can my flatland self ever really compare? And yet, so much of our experience today is the flatland of modern user experience. When's really the last time you spent a swath of your day appreciating a building or a space? Yet I easily spend 8 hours looking at my laptop every single day. Even though our user interface is flat, our experience of it is still spatial. We still get carsick looking at a screen, lower our voice on a private phone call on a train. We're hesitant opening bank apps in public spaces. Try having 2 video calls in the same room, and it's impossible to think. If you change an app's UX, it doesn't just impact a single user, it impacts an entire society. So we can't just think about the user experience. We have to think about the societal experience. One of the strange qualities of the web is that one is almost always alone in it, having the vast internet to ourselves in a parallel reality. This class will provide a dissenting viewpoint from both flat user experience and the individualist vision of the spatial computing headset that sends us off into the lonely placelessness of the metaverse. In this class, we will not be strapping screens to our faces. Instead, we'll aim to recontextualize our digital interactions in the real world. We'll leverage the tangible affordances of material properties. Let's let the physical world stand in all of its complexity. The metaverse can never quite embody the richness of the material world. We'll instead add layers and computability to the already awe-inspiring and mundane, intimate experiences of the physical world. We will start with a technical crash course, so you're familiar with the tools for computing in the real physical world and how to make interactions there. You will critique a modern user experience from the flatlands. You'll pull it apart, analyze it. What is it inherently good at? What is it bad at? And design spatial interfaces for it, prioritizing one aspect it does poorly online, but could do much better if it leveraged physical, material, and spatial properties. You will prototype and create actual spatial experiences. Consider a spatial interface for Zoom prioritizing empathy, a spatial interface for a Google Calendar that preferences serendipity, a spatial interface for Miro that preferences group sketching on a table, a spatial interface for file navigation using spatial memory for organization, a spatial interface for Slack, enhancing contextual awareness of nearby conversations. We'll worry about things like cognitive load, switching cost, spatial memory. And we'll be joined by phenomenal guest lecturers working in both spatial and embodied computing. If you believe the future of our experiences should be spatial and grounded in the real world, then follow along and participate in the conversation at Spatial Pixel.